Three, two, one. What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. I'm your host, 34. And today I have a very special guest. Jack ESEF is in the building. How you doing, Jack?
I'm doing great. How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Once again, thank you for swinging by and being open to do this interview. I know it's not always easy, so I definitely appreciate your time and openness.
Yeah. Appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. For the folks out there who are unfamiliar with the flow of the show, we do some warm-up, some intro questions just to set the tone, and then we'll jump into the main portion when we get into the questions, and then after that we'll do something called the final stretch, where there's some concluding questions at the end. It's all questions all around, so just having you prepare for that. All right, man. Well, my very first question for you is, how have you been? It's been, been bananas couple years. You've been doing well. You've been doing great. How you been, man?
I've been doing pretty good. Since the beginning of the year, I just had a crazy turn. I'm about to flip this switch right now, really quick. My dad just recently passed away last month, and since the beginning of the year we found out that he had stage 4 colon cancer. So since January up until June, it's just been really hectic trying to help him beat it. I mean, unfortunately we didn't really pull through. He didn't pull through, but it was just really hectic. And then when he passed, his funeral was the next week, and then it was my son's second birthday, and he had 2 parties because my wife is from San Diego, so we had to have one here in the Bay and then one in San Diego. So I didn't really have time to really mourn that long or that often.
Yeah.
It's just been crazy. And it just kind of settled down. The dust kind of just settled recently. So
I got you, man. First off, thank you for sharing that. I'm sorry to hear. Shout out to Pops for sure. And it sounds like you said, the dust is settling down. Definitely take the time for yourself, man. Take the time to really reflect, and I know it's hard. I honestly can't say I've ever been in your position. So whatever's right for you, man. That's all I can say. Like, I don't know what your process is like, but whatever feels right, make sure you do that for yourself.
For sure.
Oh yeah, and happy birthday to your son too.
Yeah. Oh man, that guy's crazy.
That guy's crazy.
That guy's crazy. He's 2 years old, and when they tell you that, when kids are 2, they go through terrible twos. Oh, it's it's the damn truth, man.
It's worse than I think. It's worse than I think.
Yo, it's worse than you think, because you don't experience it every day. I've seen it with like nieces and nephews, like here and there, but every day. But I mean, he gets a pass because his brain's not like developed fully yet, so of course he gets a pass.
Why can't you be more mature, man?
Yeah, right. It's all funny.
I got you.
He's awesome.
Do you already see things in your son that you see in yourself, or is it still too early to tell?
I see it. When I was younger, I would kind of play by myself a lot. Even though I had 2 older brothers, I would be by myself playing with toys or rocks and stuff, and I could see that in him. I mean, I know a lot of kids do that already, but I see that he is pretty independent, and he doesn't really need much to entertain him, like need anybody else to entertain him, really. Yeah. And so he's crazy, and my mom and dad said that I was a crazy ass kid. I used to like, if my parents would have to go buy like a a toy for some other kid's birthday at Toys R Us, they would try not to bring me as much as possible, because if they brought me, I'd be in the aisle holding onto my dad's leg and saying, "I want that, I want that." Just like crying, and I'd be sitting on his foot holding his leg, and he would have to like drag me out of there, and I'd just be crying. It's just so funny. I remember that too. I totally remember that.
That's hella funny, man. That's hella funny. You remember your earliest go-to toy, like the one that you know we all carried one around, or that was our go-to action figure or whatnot? But did you have one?
Oh man, nah, not that I know. Maybe like some the Power Rangers Zords.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Connect together.
Bruh, I'll show you right now. I got one of those motherfuckers right here, dog.
You were waiting for me to. Oh my god, exactly. That's exactly what I had.
Yeah.
Is that from back in the day, or you had to rebuy that off eBay or something?
You know, it was funny. One of my good homies, you know, we bonded over the 90s nostalgia. So he gifted that to me like one Christmas.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
It was nice. It was like, damn. And honestly, I never had that as a kid. So it was like, now I had the toy that I wanted when I was growing up. So, you know, shout out to the homie for copping that for me.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? That's how it happens when we get older and we start making money. We start buying the stuff that we never had.
Dude, you talk all this shit on my wall right back there is probably all I wanted, man. For you, what was your last nostalgia purchase, if you had one, and when you were just like
nostalgia purchase? It's just got to be sneakers. I mean, I'm not like a huge like hype sneakerhead. I don't get like a lot of collabs. But growing up, I was the youngest out of 3 boys, so I always had hand-me-downs. Yeah. And then when my oldest brother started, when he was old enough, he started working at Foot Locker, and he started hooking me up with like the sales shoes.
The plug, man, that's the plug right there.
Like, Team Jordans. I never had Jordan like signatures, so I was always like, "Oh, this is cool," but you know, just kind of like, "No, that's not what I want." It can't sound like this.
not the sale ones.
I know, right? I mean, I'm super grateful.
Oh yeah. But I feel you though, man. I feel you. I got clowned because I didn't really have style as a kid. So when it came to sneakers, you know, I wore and-ones, I wore lugs for a while. And then when I remember one time, like it was like during the summer, you know, you coming back trying to buy a fresh fit or whatever for the first day of school. I bought New Balances just because, you know, I knew that was a thing in the East Coast and whatever. I got played. They're like, what the fuck are those? Like, what? The ends.
Dad got those.
Yeah. They called them the ends. Like, they didn't even want to call it the New Balances. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I thought I was hella fly and shit. But you know, as a kid though, I was more worried about how it's coming off. But now I could be like, yo, I was doing my own thing, and I should have just owned up to it.
Yeah. I know what you mean, man. That's funny.
Yeah, man.
That was. I mean, I went to a private school, so we had uniforms. So the only way to stunt was with your sneakers.
All white, all black? Or did you guys have to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I had and-ones. And-ones were hot at that time. And-one mixtape tour was hot, so I was good.
Yo, and I remember the flex back then. I went to a Catholic school, K through 8 too. The flex was having the Air Forces, the all black or all white Air Forces with your uniform. I remember that. I was like, damn, those look clean. But yeah, you remember free day? Did you guys ever have free clothes day or whatever?
Like, free dress day? Yeah,
free dress day.
Yeah.
That was the day, man. That was the day to stunt. You're like, oh.
That was the day. Like, you put your outfit on the bed or on the, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, man, that's hella funny. You grew up out here in the Bay, or?
Yeah, I grew up in San Jose, California.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah, my girl stays out in San Jose. I actually just came back from there. Right now we went to Q-Pot. You been to Q-Pot?
Oh yeah, that's just bomb.
Yeah. So I'm full.
Wait, that's the one that has hot pot and a Korean barbecue.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, I don't mess with that. What's that fancy one?
Which one? I haven't been to the I don't know if I've been to the fancy one.
I forgot what it's called, but there's this fancy one. There's a few franchises, but sorry to hate on you, but I'm not saying the names of the.
Yeah, I got you.
Anyways, but they give you like, it's like all you can eat, but they only give you like 2 pieces at a time. It's like, get the hell out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, right? I guess it'll work out. If it's all you can eat, I'm just order more. But yeah. I mean, they should know.
You're paying for the ambiance.
Yeah. But well, for you, it's funny. I just have all these questions. We're flowing pretty good, man. So I definitely appreciate the energy you're bringing.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like for you, what's the greatest, I guess, meal experience that you've had where, you know, just the environment was great, service was great, and it really felt like it was worth the extra cash, you know?
Shit, I mean, I can eat. So there's a couple places.
Okay.
Well, one experience I like really remember is when Christine's my wife. So Christine and I, we went pescatarian for about a year. Well, first I tried to do like vegan and then vegetarian, and it's just hard.
It is hard, bro. It is hard.
But when I went vegan for a week, I lost 10 pounds in a week, and I was like, oh shit, this shit's crazy.
Were you still eating the same amount, just straight vegan though? Like 10 pounds? Fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's just how much animal fat can weigh you down, you know? Or
yeah, man, after KBBQ, you telling me this, making me feel hella guilty.
Hey, I mean, it's good to like try it, you know, just like revitalize your organs, you know. You should try it.
I was gonna say I went like 6 months one time going vegan, and I remember every time I ate out, it had to be like a taqueria. So, cause you know, like you could specify it so it's vegan only. I ate hella fries everywhere because that's the only thing you could really eat in a bunch of places. So yeah, as far as my vegan experience, it's funny too when people say like, oh, you're vegan, like that's your whole life, and I only did it for 6 months, and I haven't been able to do that again. I'm hoping I can have the self-discipline to try it one more time. But go ahead, you were saying pescatarian.
When we went vegan and vegetarian, we went through that company that sends you ingredients to make meals for the week.
Oh shit. Okay.
It was HelloFresh. And that their meals to create at home was pretty quick and pretty easy and pretty good.
For sure.
Yes. Okay. So, anyways, my experience, right? Sorry.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it, man. No. Go ahead. Do you?
Yeah, we went. We tried to do veganism, vegetarian, and then we went pescatarian for a year, and then we went to do an East Coast trip for one of my cousin's weddings in Virginia. So we went to Philadelphia first, and that's where I ate meat again, and like beef and pork and chicken. And I had a cheesesteak, a Philly cheesesteak. I forget which place it was, because I know there's two Philly cheesesteak spots in Philadelphia that are like right across the street from each other, and then they both claim that they're the spot that created cheesesteaks, or they're the better spot.
Yeah.
That was like one of my fondest memories of food because I missed it so much. I missed meat and dairy. Well, I was having dairy, but I wasn't having dairy.
Yeah, but vegan, you cut out everything. Vegan is like.
But I went pescatarian, meaning I was able to have like seafood. But I think I was eating cheese. But just the meat, having beef, man, it was good.
I know for me, when I came back to meat, it took a little bit for my body to accept it again. You know, like I could tell there was something different in my body. But after that, it got used to it right away.
Yeah. It's because you went vegan. You were vegan for 6, and now it was easier for me because I was eating meat, but it was seafood. Yeah, I was eating protein, but it's seafood. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, man. I just gotta. Sorry. Like I know I appreciate it when you guys just go on tangents and like, you know, ramble on, because for me, for me, that's what I want it to be. This thing is about you. So however you want to show your personality, just go for it.
For sure.
But we will head into the warm-up questions. And my first warm-up question for you is, what would you like the audience to know about you?
So like, I'm an artist. I'm a visual artist. I paint, I draw. I just like to create. Recently, I mean, since my dad's been sick and he's passed, I haven't been able to really create, and I didn't really have time on my own. I want to get back into it. I have a few like freelance jobs already like lined up for me, and I just had to like put them on the back burner, letting them know that my dad was sick and that he passed. So coming up pretty soon, I think I have three ready to go. Whenever I'm ready, they'll be ready.
I gotcha. Well, normally when you work, do you like do 3 projects simultaneously, or is it all like, you know, you focus on one and you move on to the next one? How do you usually handle it?
Oh, I try to focus on one project first, just so I know. I mean, I don't have. I mean, I can do that. I can do multiple things at once, but when it comes to like my professional career, I try to focus on one project at a time, and that I think giving that customer's requests love, 100% of the love that I have for that, giving them my 100% that's very important to it, because I mean, this isn't school, you know. It's school. Yeah, you can fuck around, you know, when you're at school. I passed, whatever. But this is like the real world, where you have to. The work that you show is the work that they're gonna show their friends and their colleagues and stuff, and that's what's gonna get you the rest of your jobs, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That impression. Sure.
Yeah. You got to give them a good impression. Exactly.
I gotcha. I do have more follow-up questions, but let's keep on going with these warm-up questions. My second one for you is, if someone were to pay you a tribute, how would you like to be honored? If I was gonna tell myself today I'm gonna do something in the honor of Jack, what kind of act could I do for you?
Do for me? Oh man, that's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, let's see. What I like to do, with like sketch paintings. What I like to do is like, if I have I have a bunch of like canvases and sketch paintings that I have that I'm not in love with, but I feel like someone else can enjoy it. So what I do is I leave them out, like in the middle of the night. I would go out and put them in areas around the city, and then in the morning, hopefully some kids or whoever pick it up, and I put like my Instagram and just say like, enjoy this free sketch painting by me, and I hope, you know, I feel like it can still be enjoyed by someone else if not by me. So I hope for my honor that people can do that.
Yo, so you leave some of your unfinished art like around and with a note, and just like, you know, give it out to the world that way?
Yeah, or exactly.
That is mad respect to that, man. I definitely fuck with that.
Well, I used to live in Alameda, which is like, if you guys aren't familiar, it's an island by Oakland, right next to Oakland, and some of my artist friends over there would do that. And then when I left, I kind of brought that back over here to the South Bay.
That is dope, man. That is dope. I wonder if I had seen either yours or any of your friends' stuff like lying around, and I just was like, oh, you know, maybe someone just left it instead of me coming over there and picking it up myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's all by chance, you know, if someone's gonna pick it up or not.
Yeah. There's this one painting, you can see it like right up here, the top one. You can't see what it is, but that one I picked up because someone left like right outside, and I was like, damn, this is like a complete ass picture. And you know, I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for any art that kind of like pops up in my life and I feel like it's speaking to me. I'll go and pick it up just cause, you know, like especially if it's like, I don't know, you've been to trap art or any of those kind of events where artists bring out their stuff.
Yeah,
I'm spending a lot of dough that day. I can't help myself. I'm just like, you know.
That's cool. We as a representative of the art community, we appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Because there are people that appreciate the art and will pay for some original pieces, but you know, I encounter a lot of people that are like, oh, that's expensive. Like, I'm just gonna go to IKEA. You know, it's like, the hell? You know, you're buying like someone's X amount of years of experience and trials and you know, testing out their skill set and stuff like that. And you know, this is like their dreams, their emotions, their ideas. It's a lot of things to that artist. You're buying like their experience basically and their story. So
yeah, it's a piece of you, right? It's like a piece of who you are, and that's why I think like what I get out of it too is like, yo, like I want to show this person is making an impact or making an impression or, you know, leaving a memory, right? Like hopefully for me, like, I want to collect, a lot of these are collections from different artists that I've met or, you know, various people. Eventually, you know, when I get old enough and then I have people come in and see the art and they'll be like, oh, I really like this, then I would gift it to the next person. You know, if I know it's going to go to a good home, go to a place that's appreciated, then, you know, it just continues to spread. It's one of those things that if you take care of it, it can really last, you know, forever. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm with that.
Very cool.
Cool. Now we know what to do. We'll do something similar in your honor when we have to. And my last question for you in the warm-up is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know yourself?
Ooh. I'll say an 8.
Nice. That's a good
I'll say an 8.
Yeah.
I still don't know like what I can do as a human. I still don't know. I haven't tried everything. But I do try to do as much as I can. Like if I have an idea, I'll do it. Like during quarantine, I lost my teaching job, an art teaching job. So what I started to do, I started to thrift and resell, and I never thought I would be able to do that, and I did, and I was doing pretty well. And then from there, I put out like my first like line of hats.
You did?
And I sold,
what?
Yeah, some hats. I'll plug my shit in right now. Ophir Cargo on Instagram.
Ophir Cargo? How you spell that?
OPHIRCARGO and underscore.
I'm gonna have to re-listen to this, and I want to look it up right now because I'm a hat person, bro. I don't know if you knew that. I used to collect hats. I bought a shitload of hats, but yeah, I'm definitely down to support. I'll check it out. Say it one more time. Say it one more time for me.
Ophir Cargo on Instagram. Ophir Cargo. Ophir. So Ophir, where that name Ophir comes from is it's this place in the Bible where I think it's King Solomon, where he would get like shipments of gold and just like fancy shit from this place called Ophir. And everyone is all these scientists are trying to find out where Ophir is. And they thought it was in Egypt, in Africa or the Middle East or India. And I'm Filipino, so recently people have been saying it's actually in the Philippines.
What?
That's where he would get all his gold. And then my oldest brother was getting really into like Philippine history, and he would show me like these books about the Philippines and their culture back in the day, and they were wearing gold, like straight up gold, like sashes, like belts, but like around their shoulders. Like they were fucking. They would make Mayweather look like he was poor. That's how like much gold they were wearing, you know.
Damn.
And I was like, damn, I didn't know we were like that.
Yeah.
We have all that in our ground, you know, on the Philippine lands.
That's a trip.
But that's where Ophir Cargo came from, because I'm sending out, like, I'm showing people like thrifted stuff that, like, you know, when you thrift, you're going through people's trash, but you find treasure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where Ophir Cargo came from.
And real quick, how do you spell Ophir?
Oh, Ophir.
Gotcha. I see you with the underscore.
With underscore then.
Yeah, I see you, bro. All right.
I had to put an underscore because Instagram, they deleted my first account without the underscore because I was selling bootleg Don C shorts.
Wow.
And I was like, you know, I'm going to sell them, but I'm going to tell them it's bootleg, you know, because, I mean, people will still pay for it, but they were like, nah, you can't do that. I was like,
for
what?
real? Like,
I wasn't having people pay like $500 for them. They were like $75 for 40, like $40 to $100. And, you know, those shorts are like designer in the streetwear world, and the actual shorts are like $400. Yeah, so I would have to tell people that these were bootleg.
The basketball ones with like the team name on the front, or
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Damn.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. You was flipping those. I know that probably brought in some change for you.
Yeah.
That's sick. I didn't know Instagram would go that deep though, and be like, yo, these are bootleg. You can't do that.
I think they were watching. I think I was doing pretty well because they were watching me.
That's what I think. Yeah. Yeah. My follow up to this third question, man, is what would you say is your favorite thing about your personality?
Favorite thing about personality? Oh man. I think I'm just like a fun guy to be around. I'm pretty funny. That's what I hear. I'm pretty funny. I like to make people laugh. But then like if I really know you, like if you're like close in my circle, like my family or like my closest friends, I could be a fucking bitch.
Word.
They can tell me like I'm the meanest one out of all of us, you know?
Really, dog?
Yeah. But then you see me right now, I'm like super happy. I'm like super energetic. But I don't know. I guess I have like a switch. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a serial killer or anything, but you know, I can get like pretty annoyed, and sometimes I feel bad that when I do that to like the people that I actually close to and that I love and who love me back, and I feel bad sort of about that.
Dude, I know what you mean. I feel like I'm the same way, but I don't think whenever I feel like to the people close to me, I'll show my annoyance. I'll show, you know, maybe anger if I'm really feeling it. But I'm still very like, if I'm feeling any negative emotion, I'm the type of person to just shut down. Like I'll be quiet, not in like, you know, I'm giving you silent treatment, but just because I'm doing my process with it, you know. So that's how I usually am. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that's normal though, right? Because like you're more comfortable with those people, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. I was gonna say that, like the fact that, you know, you're able to show that other emotion side of you with the people you're closest with just shows how close you are with them, right? Like, you know, that's not gonna change how they think about you. That's not gonna change how they feel about you. Which I think, you know, because in a similar way, I'm very positive and you know, try to be more sociable when I'm around folks that I don't know at all. And yeah, sometimes like I think the reason why I started doing this podcast is because when you do that, a lot of things stay on the surface, right? Like you don't really go in as deep. So yeah, that's why for me, I got really tired of just being on the surface all the time, and I really want to get to know people on a deeper level. That's how I kind of worked it out for myself.
That's cool.
Yeah, right on, man. Right on. Real quick before we jump into the main questions, being a creative, have you always known, like since you were a kid, or was it something that you had to realize at a certain point?
I mean, when you were a kid, when I was a kid, I didn't know that this is what I was going to be doing. I was just doing it because it was fun. My brothers and my cousins taught me, and my grandpa taught me how to draw and create pictures and stuff. And I don't know, I just got really good at it because I kept doing it. And both my brothers, they're older than me, so they went to college in San Diego. So I had a lot of time to myself, and I would probably I think I was just in my room a lot drawing, or, I was either drawing or playing basketball outside. And for like a 5-year period in my teenage years. And in your teenage years, I feel like you're coming into your own at that time. Like you still don't know what you want to do, but you're finding out things that you like when you're a teenager. So I feel like that probably stuck with me. I got good at it. I got good enough at it. I'm not the best, but I know I'm pretty good at it.
How would you rate yourself, artistic skills wise?
Oh, I mean, there's some badass fucking artists out there, man, and I don't get to do it every day. I mean, sometimes I'm like, how the fuck you do this? You have a son. How did you flip this hobby into like a part-time gig for yourself, into a full-time shit for yourself? And see, that's what I kind of want to do that for myself, but now I still don't know what I want to do, if I still want to do that. But I love it. And people say, like, if you do what you love for work, you're never gonna work a day in your life, because it's just something that you love to do. Yeah. Right? And I mean, I want to do it, but I'm sorry, what was the question?
No, you're good. I was just asking, where did creativity come from? And, and I asked you, the last question was, how would you rate yourself compared to everybody else?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, man. Out of all professional or aspiring professional artists, I feel like I'm going to put myself in the middle, but, like around 5 or 6, but people always say you're your own worst critic, right?
Yeah. And then some of the stuff that I'm not really feeling that I create, people are like, oh damn, that shit's crazy, that's sick. But for you, it's like, oh, this is normal, or it's not even my best stuff yet, right?
Yeah, it's like, or like there's like when I'm creating in that process of creating, I find something like that I don't like, and I'm just like, whatever, and I'll just fucking finish it or whatever.
Yeah. Just to finish it, right? Like, let me just.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I hear you, man. I was the same way when I used to write music or write songs and stuff. I felt like every song I wrote next was gonna be my best song. Like, oh, that last one, that was garbage, especially after a few months, and then I listen to it or read it back, I'm like, can't believe I wrote that, or that's the way that's where my mind was at. Yeah, so I imagine with your paintings and your artwork, it's a similar feeling.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're a creative, you're constantly growing, and you're constantly getting information. You're getting inspired constantly. So you don't like one thing. You like one thing, and then a few weeks or months later, you're gonna like something else. So it's just super constant. I mean, I was just looking at I was just on Instagram, I think it was on Complex, and they were like showing like the evolution of Kanye West's style and his fashion, and I mean, what he used to wear was like, and I'm pretty sure he'd be saying that himself he probably telling himself that. I was like, why was I wearing that? Why was I wearing pop collared polos?
The double pop collar polos.
Yeah, I used to do that in school. It's just so whack.
Small backpacks, you know.
It's just so funny, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's different for everybody. Like people could be digging the double pop collar. Just it ain't for me.
I remember I went to I was in high school when I did that, and then people were like, "Are you wearing two polos?"
Oh, you rock that. You rock that yourself.
Yeah. Are you wearing two polos? I'm like, yeah. You like it? They're like, what are you doing? Like, what? Kanye did it.
Hey, but you could do more with two though. Like the two-tone. You could match more with your shoes. If you was into that, yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny, man.
Hey, it might come back too. Who knows? Like, whoever's gonna be popular 15 years from now is gonna do it, and then your son's gonna be like, "Yo, that's sick." That'd be funny if it came back.
Fashion recycles, most definitely. I mean, right now they're doing like in streetwear. It's all about about 90s, right? It's vintage stuff and 90s nostalgic things, So. And
I hope it stays forever, man. At least for me.
That was your era.
I was one of those people I don't think ever left, so I'm so happy that it came back, because now I feel like, oh, now I'm in style. And like this whole time people were making fun of me, but now it's like, okay, now it's the hip thing. Hopefully I want it to last for like 4 more years, just so I can milk it out. Hopefully, like, I know the glasses that flip up with the shades, the circle ones. I've been wanting one of those, but haven't had a chance to cop some.
Those are hard.
Dude, yeah, I'm with it. All right, man, let's jump into these questions. Made it to the main portion. Now, did you want to choose your destiny, or did you want to go to the Wheel of Fate? How are you feeling about that?
Oh, if the wheel is new, let's do the wheel.
Oh, we going to the wheel. There you go. All right, man. I know you can't see it, but it'll pop up. I still got to figure out how to get it so it's clear on your side, but let's go for the first spin. Just a heads up, they are 34 numbers for each level, so easy, medium, hard. So that's why there's hella. But it'll let us know which level and which number at the same time. Here we go. Too hard. Here we go. And if there's anything that you'd rather not talk about, feel free to just say pass. No worries. But your first question is going to be, what is something you're insecure about?
Oh, wow. What is something I'm insecure about? Has always been my appearance, which I always like tell my wife or tell friends and family. It's like, who gives a fuck what people think about you, what they, Yeah. But when I was growing up, I was always made fun of for what I wore and how my hair was, and I had a unibrow. My brother and my cousin used to make fun of me, so I used to like cut it with scissors.
Word, dude. Damn.
Yeah. So. I had a lot of friends. I mean, some of them are still my friends, but they used to make fun of me for what I was wearing. So like, I'm trying to get out of it because it's like really materialistic, and I have a family now, and trying not to spend stupidly.
Yeah.
I am very insecure about what I'm wearing. I don't know why. It's just like from my past, like. I can't be seen. I can't be caught slipping,
Yeah.
Some bootleg Don C. Nah, if you bought some Don C bootleg shorts from me, you got some swag. You got the drip.
Yeah.
From over here. But
no doubt.
That's one thing I'm pretty insecure about.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Dude, like for me, I've always got ragged on about my fashion sense because I don't really have too much of it, but yeah, man, like it's weird to feel like I know how you feeling, and I think it's better that you do care, Because in my experience of how much I didn't care, I feel like all the comments I got, or, you know, just the first impressions you make, because I guess I have some friends who are more like, you know, fashionable, and they're always about like, you know, your clothes do the talking, or the way you present yourself is going to do the talking when you're not, you know, making conversation or whatever. And in my mind, I've been so stubborn about it, and I'm like telling them like, yo, I don't want to fuck with the people who are just judging me based on, you know, how I'm dressing. Like, I'd rather have it like where somebody underestimates me and then like figures out later on like, oh shit. So that's something that me and them go we're different about.
Like, I'm totally against it, but you know, I'm just still so insecure about it. That's like one of the wars I'm going through inside my head.
I feel like
I mean, because it's all of it is, the whole idea of it is it's basically, it's like pretty inhumane, you know, like the way they when they first create the clothes, you know, and in factories, and how they underpay them, and how if you don't wear what we have, you don't belong, you know. It's fucked up,
dude. Like the whole system is fucked up, right? And you know, how are we gonna feel good at all if we really knew what everything that we got? Like I would, you know, I just feel guilty, and like, you know, I'd rather just be naked all the time than wear anything, right? I
mean, I feel like this generation is like combating it with vintage. You know, they're trying to cut out the big corporations, and I really like it. But like the big corporations, they can make vintage looking things, but they don't have actual vintage items that resellers like myself are actually selling. And it kind of combats global warming and you know, the underpaid factory workers and you know, false body images. It's great. These kids nowadays, I mean, the old heads think they're like fucking pussies, you know, but they're actually fighting and making a difference, and that's what I think is really cool about these kids. I don't know what generation it is, but you know, they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, Gen Z, man. I think that's
Gen Z. Okay, Gen Z.
I think that's what they're called. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is interesting. I mean, you being a father now, you got one, you know, that you're seeing with your own eyes grow, and what they're going to be growing up with is totally different what we grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what would you say excites you the most about this next generation?
Shit. I mean, there's so many ideas that haven't been created yet or been accomplished yet. So, I mean, what I know is that the school system is kind of accelerated from when we were younger. I feel like and you know, when from an early age, they're already in computers and tablets and, you know, smartphones. So they're just excelling quicker. Their intelligence is excelling a lot quicker than us. So by the time we're in our, you know, by the time we're like wrinkly and getting old, we're grandfathers, they're going to be, this generation is probably creating like the next big next big technological discovery, like, I don't know, like, you know, flying cars and shit, or I don't know.
Or like, what's after the internet, you know, like
like, or my cousin says, I don't care about the new iPhone. Let me know when they have a look screen where your eyes can do all the moving on the screen.
Oh, it tracks your eyes.
You know how Iron Man used to, like, he would just like hit the screen and move everything. Like this generation, there's so many possibilities for them to, when they grow older, to create something crazy and something like really useful to the world.
Yeah, something game changing.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, we need that. I feel like, I don't know for you, but I feel like millennials got a lot of blame for how the system is right now, when like you said, the education system is changing from when we were in there. So I think there could be something with that too, if they're putting the blame on us. That it's a fact. The factors are with everyone in every generation. It's just that I think, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but our generation is like all about like this discovery, or this self-discovery thing that's going on. I don't know. I feel like there's an awakening or some kind of renaissance amongst the millennials that will bleed into the next generation and kind of help them. But because of, I don't want to call anybody out, but I think the baby boomers, I don't know if that's the right generation I'm talking about, but
The baby boomers are our parents.
Are our parents. The generation that they say kind of like, rested on the good years of America, when things were affordable and like you could find a good job and move up in a company, when all of that now is changed for us, for millennials. Whichever generation that was the one that kind of, took it easy, other than trying to like progress forward. But now, since they took it easy, us and the next generation after and after them too, we're here to like make that change. But it might be too late for us, because we've been going through our own shit, like as far as just dealing with, I guess, being a millennial means in America or in our society is already challenging. Because I don't know about for you, but for me growing up in school, they hyped us up. They hyped us up like we were gonna be the biggest thing, And then now that we're not, it's like, all right, well, I gotta be cool, which is being me, even though I've been told that, I was supposed to do something crazy, great. But yeah, I don't know if that was a similar experience for you, but.
I just feel like everyone is doing something to be a part of the world, There's no right or wrong. I mean, half of us or a portion of us millennials are working in companies like Facebook and Tesla, and we want to have these things without our generation, because we're young professional adults now, so we're making the economy roll right now. I mean, they're saying the economy is not that great right now, but we're still making it roll. We're still doing something, but I mean, everyone's always stuck in their own ways, their old ways. You can't really change people's mindsets all the time, which is unfortunate. But I mean, that's what I think.
Gotcha, man. I gotcha. I wanted to ask if, do you think everyone's an artist in their own way, or some people not meant for it?
Everyone's an artist. I think if you create something, you're an artist. It just depends on how far you want to go with it, Those guys who make furniture, those guys are artists. They're creating something. If you're creating something, you're an artist. You're a singer, rapper, fashion designer, or an engineer. You're an artist. Artist and everything.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. I try to tell people that all the time, but some folks are really like, oh, I'm not artistic at all. I'm like, and sometimes for me, if someone doesn't feel creative at all, I always tell them, like, you haven't tried like everything yet. I feel like there's gonna be something that sparks your imagination that makes you just think, well, this is what I'm seeing, but this is how it could be different. And I think for you probably do that a lot too, just seeing stuff and just having your imagination run wild with it. I think that's everyone's capable of doing that, even when they don't feel creative.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, man. We have about 10 minutes left in the interview, but we've been flying by, and I hope you've been enjoying. It's been great on my end.
Totally enjoying it.
Cool, man. Cool. Let's jump into another number. Give it a spin.
All right.
How clear is it on your end, if at all?
It's kind of pixelated, but it's cool.
Gotcha. This next one is a Easy 26. Nice. This one is what is on your bucket list?
What is on my bucket list?
Yeah.
Oh wow, like the list of things or like one thing?
You could just do one thing.
Okay.
Keep some secrets to yourself, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of my things on my bucket list I've done. Since I mean, your bucket list always changes as you grow up, right? As you grow.
Yeah.
But one thing that's still standing on my bucket list is probably either doing like stand-up or being in like a movie.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
Yeah.
Stand up. All right. So when you say be in a movie, like you want to star in a movie, or you just want to be like a side character?
It doesn't matter. Just want to be in a movie or a show or something.
That'd be sick as hell. Yeah, I feel you on that.
I think I'm pretty good. I have pretty good improvisations. I'm pretty quick-witted. So it has to be something comedy, I think.
Now I know, man. If I ever have inspiration for like a skit or something, at least I know somebody who wants to act. Because sometimes it's hard. It's just hard to find people who just want to be on camera. So,
yeah, right. I just met recently when we went to San Diego. My brother-in-law's girlfriend brought her friends over, and they just. I'm kind of plugging them right now, but I don't know when this is gonna air. But they just created a movie that was produced by Manny Pacquiao. And the movie is Zeus.
Which one?
Zeus.
That sounds... Oh, man. Well, tell me about the movie, because I think I saw it somewhere.
Oh, it's about an Asian American boxer who, I guess, fighting through Asian hate, like today's Asian hate, and he gets challenged by some American boxer, and that's something about the movie and about the life of an Asian American.
It's not the one where he's like being harassed by Latino, like a Latino gang.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, yeah, I know.
It's called Zeus. It's called the character Zeus. I met the main character, the actor. His name is Chris Soriano. He acts in it. He's the main character, and he directed it. And his fiance also, I think she also helped with the movie. I think she's acting in it, but she did a lot of the back end things of getting actors and actresses and videographers and budgeting the money that Manny Pacquiao's team gave them to produce the movie. And it looks really cool. And I was telling them, I'm super proud of you guys because, there's not much Filipino Americans doing these things that you guys are doing. And I'm 100% behind you guys. And they're if someone has an idea and they do it or they try, I have the utmost respect for you because that's just hard. Because that's just so fucking hard. Like what you're doing right now, Jan, this is hard to put yourself out there and interview people on a daily or weekly basis. It's hard. And, to be committed to it, that's fucking hard. So I really applaud, not just Filipinos, anybody that does it because you're showing the world who you are and what you want to do. And you don't care. I mean, maybe you do, but you're putting yourself out there where people can negatively criticize you, but it shouldn't matter because you tried to do it, and that's what matters. That you tried to do it, and you're doing it. And I mean, going off topic, but I met these guys who made this movie Zeus, and we were just talking, and Christina was hyping me up. It's oh, Jack wants to be a comedian or he wants to be in a movie. And then they're like, oh, you want to be in the next one? I was like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you sure?
But
You
I don't
sure?
know. Maybe it might happen. Maybe it won't. But I mean, it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool. I mean, going throughout the life as like a professional artist is, and through my experiences, you should never. Whatever opportunity comes, you should take it. Because I mean, once you came to me to ask to interview me, I was like, oh, I'm gonna take that. I mean, this is gonna, this helps promote me too,
Yeah.
So any opportunity. And like my dad used to tell me all the time when I would like contemplate, oh, Dad, should I take this gig, this job, or do this painting for somebody or this mural for somebody? My dad would, you do it, because my dad was like, if you're scared, you're behind. And I was like, damn, that shit like resonates with me like so hard, because he's right. He's right. If you're scared to do something, when that opportunity comes, you lost it. You already lost it. And now that when I'm talking about it, I feel like I lost the opportunity to be in the next movie because I was like, nah, that's cool. But I don't want to like, I also don't want to be that guy that just like kind of is riding the coattails of somebody, I don't want to do that. I want to, work hard at it. I want to work hard at it, at whatever I want to do. I want to work hard at it and be respected for doing it.
I got you.
So if you give me an audition, yeah, I'll do it. I don't want them to just give it to me.
That would have been a good way to flip it right there. You could have been like, I'm down to audition, just so you showing that you're ready to prove yourself and not just be like, oh yeah, give me a part. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I definitely respect that. I think, yeah, I mean, I had a couple of friends from college who were trying to be actors, and they were doing their thing, and I hate to say it, and if you're listening to this, my bad, but in the back of my head, I'm always like, cool, like maybe one day I'll be able to be a part of something they're doing, even if it's like a minimal role. But even it came down to that, I would just feel super uncomfortable, bringing it up or even asking, even though deep down inside, that's what I want to like try to see myself in or get myself into. It would just be like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right to just be like, hey, can I get on?
Yeah, that's like, I don't know. That's it. It shouldn't. If that happens, it shouldn't fulfill what you wanted. You need to work at it. And that's also what a successful artist is that person works at it. If you work at it.
Yeah. Are you just interested in acting, or how about like writing, or
No, man. I as like a career. I don't know, but it was just always one of the things I wanted to do was be in a movie or be a stand-up comedian or something.
Have you done stand-up, like gotten on stage and try to spit some jokes?
No, but one of my best friends, he's doing stand-up. And he had like a heart-to-heart with me. I think I want to do stand-up, man. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. And he's like, you should do it too. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. But deep down, I really want to do it, or I just realized I really want to do it. But I told him, I was like, hey, you want me to? I can ghostwrite for you. He's like, yeah, dude, because you're like one of the funniest guys I know. I was like, yeah, I'll ghostwrite for you.
Yeah, that's.
I won't say who.
Yeah. No worries. That's funny, man. I tried writing jokes maybe like in the beginning of quarantine, just because I was like bored and trying to figure it out. And I remember when I started telling people like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about doing this, on the spot they'd be like, tell me a joke right now, make me laugh, funny. Make me laugh, funny, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, okay, now I got hella pressure. But one of the things I wrote about was when you leave your headphones at home and like how horrible that feeling is, or like, just ruins your day. See, obviously it's not as funny as I thought it was, but the way I wrote it in my head, I was like, oh, everyone's gonna relate to this. But yeah,
if I were to do a stand-up like show, it'd just be more about like my experiences and how I reacted like to those experiences.
Yeah, I got you. I forgot, observational comedy. I think that's what it's called. When you talk about stuff that happens in your life. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait till we get the art version. Like, what's super popular right now? I don't know if you watch a lot of TV shows, but shows like Atlanta, Rami, or Dave, or I don't know if you know Nora from Queens. Anyways, all these shows are taking the life of like one individual and like having all these dramedy, like it's sad, it's happy, it's funny, but like all their experiences into this one show where they follow this character and they're like, I guess they call it a coming of age story, but now these are like, you know, 20 to 30-year-olds, so they feel way more relatable to me. And yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen any of those shows, but highly recommend if you. But I was gonna say, yeah, my point about that was, I can't wait till they have a Filipino version. You know, they have the Filipino story kind of being out there, and I think it's gonna happen.
That's another thing on my bucket list. I want to write like a movie or a TV show or something about like my experience in college, because I had a crazy ass experience in college. So
what's the summary? You know, they have that one sentence summary plot. What would you say is that one sentence summary?
Oh man, I don't know.
I know it's hard, but they make you do it.
Like during quarantine, I tried to like write a script, but I couldn't do it. I was always distracted by something else, and it was during quarantine. Like, what the fuck? You can't be distracted by something else. But but if I were to write. Well, maybe I shouldn't say it because someone might steal it.
Don't say it. No, don't say it on here. Don't say it on here. You can tell me later.
But yeah, it is just a funny ass college experience. The people I lived with, and yeah, it was funny. I wish I could say more about it, but I can't because it might come to fruition. It might come to fruition someday, and I want someone to take it from me. Yeah. I mean, if they do, that's fine too, but.
It's
I want to be the first to try it. Go ahead.
Oh no, what was the last thing you said?
I want to be the first one to try it. Try that story now.
You know Randall Park, right?
And yeah, Randall Park, Asian Jim on The Office.
You heard he's opening like a Asian American like film studio.
Oh shit, that's tight.
Yeah, so.
Oh man, I love that. That's cool.
That's gonna be one of the dudes, man. I tried to search who was with him, a part of it, and I remember I reached out on LinkedIn and I was like, yo, I got the script I'm working on, just want to shoot it to you just in case. You know, I never got an answer back, but I was shooting my shot, and who knows, I'm gonna find that contact eventually just so I can like be able to pitch something. And yeah, I mean, that's what you gotta do, right? Like you said, you know, just trying to do something is already hard enough, because you never know, and you'll probably get way more no's or like no responses than you'll ever get someone responding back. But
yeah,
every opportunity matters.
Yeah.
Any last things you want to add before we move forward?
Nah.
All right.
Let's move on.
All right, man. We heading back to the questions, and now we've reached the final stretch of the podcast. Just got some concluding questions for you, but before we go there, I've been asking my guests to create a mantra on the show called the 34th mantra. I have like 3 phrases for you to fill in. It's like a fill in the blank thing, and they are: I am blank, I can blank, and I will blank. So how would you fill that out for yourself? The first one is I am.
I am human. So whatever mistakes I do, it's because I'm human, but because I'm human, I can make those mistakes right. And, you know, humans are crazy. We can do a lot of shit. So the things that, I don't know what I'm getting at, but
You're good.
Yeah, I'm human. Being human is a privilege. We are the smartest animal in the kingdom, and you know, the most emotional. we have so much power that we need to check ourselves sometimes. And I was watching this gentleman on YouTube, and he was talking about what humans are here for. What is our purpose? And this really like stuck with me. What he was saying is, we don't have. There's no reason for us to live here. We don't have a real purpose here on Earth, and because people who believe that they have some spiritual or God-given purpose, sometimes they do the worst things. And the only thing we're here to live, the only reason why we're on Earth is to just live a full life. So do what you can, feel all the emotions, and you will feel like you're living. And when you do go through life and you feel like the ups and downs of life and all these types of emotions, you really feel like you're alive. Because when's the last time you cried? Like really cried? The last time I cried was when my dad passed. And I'm just like, holy fuck, this is life. This is life. I'm living life right now. And you don't feel that every day. But if there's an opportunity for you to feel alive, you should do it. I mean, not go through that, not go through like experience of someone's death, but you should really try to like live life and don't just put yourself in a box. Don't put yourself in a box. That's why whatever idea I have, I try to do it, because being an artist, that's really hard because you're on your own if you're going to be a freelance artist. And that was really hard for me. And, putting a clothing brand out, that was really hard for me. And, I feel like me and some of my friends in Alameda, we created an art walk, and that was really hard for me to do, but we did it. We were successful. And that's another feeling that you should feel, is a success, failure, sorrow, happiness, and being human is great. And I feel like I'm living a really full life right now, despite my pocket.
That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you feel that way. I think that's what we all kind of strive for, right? It's just to live a full life, and that definition changes. We realize different things. Yeah. So that's what's up, man.
Oh, and do you have any kids, Jen?
I don't. Not yet. Yeah.
So
So yes, you are better than me.
I was a big partier, right? I used to party a lot, smoke this, drink that, and I recently stopped drinking. But people always ask me, "Oh, how was it when you had your son? What was it like?" And I always tell them, "It's like, dude, that was the high I was chasing. When you see the birth of your son, that's the high you were chasing, and there's nothing else that's gonna fulfill it. Like that could fulfill that." And I felt like I've done it. Like I felt what I needed to feel of elation, and that was it. The birth of my son, oh man, that's just crazy. When you see, and you're scared for your wife or your girlfriend to go through that birthing process. It's really scary when you're in that hospital, but you're feeling life right there. You're feeling human life, and I don't know. It's so hard to explain, but the world is touching you. The earth is touching you at that moment. Holy fuck, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, with all my experience with highs, I wonder what that's gonna feel like. How that's gonna, be different from anything else I felt. I can't imagine, man. I can't imagine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like that's when we talk about what we're here for, like what our reason is. I think that's a huge part of it. A huge part of it is taking care of the future, because when you have a kid, that's a part of the future, and everything you do is gonna be affecting that.
It's just being human. Being human is what we're here for, and then that's just understanding our power and not taking advantage of it. like some other people actually do. And we shouldn't be doing that.
So you are human. That's the one.
Yeah, I am human.
What's the second one? I can blank.
I can do anything I put my mind to.
For sure.
And I feel like I've done that, and I'm still doing that.
No doubt. And the last one is I will blank.
And I will succeed. I will succeed in whatever I venture off into. I mean, I will probably fail once or multiple times, but that's how you learn, right? So
yeah.
I will succeed, and success is in the eye of the beholder, right? Success is different for others. So, but I feel like what is success would be different from someone else's idea of success.
For sure. And then that changes as you go on too, right? Like you raise the bar for yourself after you reach a certain level sometimes. And yeah, I hear you, man. I know for me, what's successful for me right now is that, you know, I have a guest come on, you know, we have a good conversation. That's successful for me, you know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Everybody else, I'm not even tripping. And that's why I think this podcast is special for me, is that I used to care and like want affirmations from other folks with everything else I did previous to this. But this thing is like all I need is like, if you happy with this, then that makes it worth it for me. But yeah, I think that's what we're all looking for.
Yeah, that's tight.
So you said you are human, you can do all things, and you will succeed. If you ever need a reminder, now you got a sound bite of yourself, you know, just telling you.
I like that.
For sure, man. And then, we made it to the concluding portion, the final stretch. I forgot if I did this already. I think I did, but if it's all good. This next question. Oh, what did you say?
No, you have another question? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I got three more for you. Three more, and then we
wow. Okay.
Yeah. This first one is from my previous guest. Shout out to Ray for your question. His question for you is, what are you passionate about?
What am I passionate about? I mean, I feel like this whole show is about what I was passionate about. But other than what I already said, what I'm really passionate about is basketball, is the NBA. I mean, the NBA could be ugly too because it's a business, but just like the game and it's just a beautiful game, man. It's just so smooth. Basketball, I'm very passionate about basketball, about stats, about people's or players' attitude towards the game. I really love basketball. That's like one thing I'm passionate about. I've played basketball since I could remember. Like my dad and my brothers put the basketball in my hand, and it's so funny. I always tell myself, "Oh, I'm gonna be the starting point guard of the Golden State Warriors," you know, growing up. And right now it's like, damn, I'm not as good as Steph Curry. I'm not that good. Good thing I went another direction.
At least you're aware. You're aware.
Yeah.
It's not like a what if. It's like, nah, probably not for me. That's what's up, man.
I'm good. I'm good in certain neighborhoods.
I feel you. I didn't know you were passionate like that about basketball. You do any adult leagues? No, or
I used to, but not anymore. I'm not conditioned for that right now.
I gotcha. Well, if you got
me and my cousins play like every weekend.
That's dope. I was gonna say, if you have any to recommend, let me know. I've been thinking about, jumping into some adult leagues just for fun, you know.
Where do you live?
Daly City.
Daly City. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do they have Dream League out there?
Dream League?
Yeah, is that still a thing? Dream League?
I had no idea. I'll
I
look it
was
up.
in Dream League. This league called Dream League. It was like a 6 foot and under.
You already know, man. You already know. I could play center in that. You know.
Yeah.
But there's always gonna be that dude that's like 6'1", 6'2", you know, like no one really says anything.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Dream League, right?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. All right.
Some of my friends are trying to get in the league. I'll let you know if they need if they need players.
Keep me posted. I just need to know, like, you know, what days of the week is the usual meetup time and everything. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. No, right on, man. Second question for you in the final stretch is, what would you like to ask the next guest that comes on to 34 questions?
Oh, wow. What would I ask?
You could go light or heavy. It's all up to you.
Have you experienced racism? And if so, how did you handle it?
Interesting.
Yeah. Because it's a pretty big issue right now.
Yeah, man. I mean,
or it's always been an issue, but
I don't know. Like, I used to say we're in crazy times, but I don't know when it's never been crazy, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Been like that all the time. All right. Have you experienced racism, and how did you handle it? Gotcha. Curious to see who this next person is sometimes. And honestly, you know, like, I got love for everybody, but curious to see how a white person is going to come on here and you know, kind of talk about it, because I do think white people experience racism on the other end, right? Like, so yeah, definitely interesting.
It's just, race. The issue of racism is there's always back and forth. One group will do it, and another group will do it back to them, and it just goes back and forth, which is stupid. That doesn't get solved. Doesn't get solved.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's
We're all human. We're all human. We're all the same.
We're one, man. We're one. Yeah. At least I like to think we are. But yeah. And my last question for you, boss. The question that ties everything together. 500 years from now, our descendants are watching this video. What would you like to tell them?
What would I like to tell them? Just to live life like without any that's crazy.
You're like the wise ancestor right now that they're watching.
You know, I was gonna say make decisions without hesitation, but you should have some hesitation when you make decisions.
It's tough, man. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like religious, but treat others as you like to be treated, as you want to be treated, because that's really important, because that can be a domino effect, just like hate and racism, you know, it's like a domino effect. And if that row of dominoes of positivity keeps going on, maybe that will be the norm.
Got
or hopefully.
Yeah, I got you. And I mean, you know, like you said, it's kind of a little bit spiritual or religious, but I think that messaging is important. You know, I don't think you're the first person to have mentioned it, but the more that we say it, the more we can kind of emphasize how important, you know, treating each other the way you want to be treated is the key. It's the fucking key, man. And no one really, I mean, people still think they're better than another person, so that's my beef. It's like, you don't gotta think that way, bro. Like, but yeah, that's another topic for another day. But any last things you want to add before we head out of here, man?
Nah, just follow my Instagram, Jack ESEF on Instagram, and Ophir Cargo on Instagram.
How do you spell Jack SF? I know it's a little different, right?
Oh, JACKESEF.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have all your stuff in the notes, in the description. So if you're out there curious, go ahead and check that out for all of Jack's info. Thank you again, Jack, for swinging by.
Thank you.
Yeah, and staying on a little bit later. You know, I don't mean to go over time, but sometimes the conversation is just too good to cut short.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. I want to thank all the folks out there for listening. If you checking this out on Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube, appreciate your time as well. Remember, if you liked it, please like it. If you loved it, go subscribe and share. Remember to reach out, reach forward. As always, much love, and we'll catch you guys next time on 34 Questions. Peace. And then we roll credits, man.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. You know, thank you for helping me build this thing, man, because every single person that comes on is just like, you know, another person that helps build this thing to be bigger than what I am and who we are. So it's exciting. I had looked up the world record for most people interviewed, and there's no one's claimed that record yet. So,
wait, for real?
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, how many people have you interviewed?
So far, probably including you, like 103, 104 maybe.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another thing. This episode might not come out for a while, but as soon as I have it ready, I will send you a link so you can have it. And then,
Nice.
Yeah. So if you want to share it with anybody, just so like, because I want to do this for really everyone in the world. So if there's anyone you might know that will find this valuable, feel free to shoot them my way, and I'd love to have them on.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
But yeah, man, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Cool. I'm glad you felt like you got something out of it, and you know, the way I see it is that it's just gonna get more valuable over time, you know.
Yeah.
And now Levin will